Hi everyone and welcome back. I've been down at the beach for a few days. I needed a few days off. I took the Fiat and honestly it ran really well. Didn't skip a beat. So good car. I gave it a clean and a polish up while down there. It looks much better. So yeah, all good. That's going to be up for sale soon because I'm getting a BMW. Well, of course they both are. I got packages while I was away. I got the ignition set for the Peugeot. I think the Peugeot I'm going to look at now for the next hour or so because the Peugeot has 3 or 4 months MOT left or longer. So I could just sell it as it is. So I'm going to get the Peugeot out, fit the ignition, throw the panels back together, give it a test ride to check that nothing else is not right. Of course we want to check the brakes and everything else. And then if it's good and ready to go, then that'll be up and sold today, actually. Second to that, I want to have the Benelli out. So the Benelli now has been sitting for another 5 days. How well will it start? Are we back to that? Let's see. Let's try again. That wasn't actually too bad. What I was thinking with this is it wouldn't hurt to throw in a new spark plug, you know, because we have fueling now, so it would just make sense. I mean, I wouldn't mind pressing the button for that long to get it started in the morning, but I think a new spark plug should solve any remaining issue there. So I think I'm going to try and get that its MOT tomorrow and the scramble light in front tomorrow. But I'll throw in a new spark plug. They'll probably even have one at the test centre. So yeah, I mean that wasn't too bad. Again, it's going to be a £650 bike. To hold the seat down is Velcro now. Look on the Velcro, and that it just stops it rattling loose and jumping loose. But really it's not actually fixed. Now for MOT, if you wasn't sure about that, then you would put a strap around it just to hold it down and they wouldn't mind that. It's so loose on the Velcro that I definitely will strap it down as well. And yeah, I think it's gonna, yeah, in the past I've used too much Velcro and it's caused more of an issue than needed. So I think, yeah, I'll put a strap around that and we'll get it for an MOT. That's going to be £650 and then it'll be on the road for a year and someone can use it and trash it and do whatever they want with it. The other thing I've got is the throttle cable for the other Chinese bike, but let's get out the Peugeot. Let's try and get the Peugeot done and dusted. So this part's easy enough. I've got an ignition barrel here that should be exactly the same size and dimensions of the other one. If I remember rightly, I had a wiring issue down here. One of my power wires were out. Am I right? So I've got 2 separate wires there. So really I need to be splicing in, so cutting the block off and splicing in. The other 2 aren't really doing anything, I believe. So I chopped this whole unit off and I just put the red and the black together on here, and then that should bring our power back. We should also have a steering lock back, which is good. So I'm going to chuck that on this one bolt. I've also got the locking mechanism for down here, and it should also have the seat pop mechanism, although if it doesn't, not the end of the world, but it probably will have. So I'm going to do these bits and pieces, chuck this on, and we'll have a look and we'll just check that everything's working as it should be. I'm going to get its own battery out of the other bike. I swapped it across just to practice firing up the 250. If this fires up, runs and rides and everything else, I will charge that battery overnight to make sure, well, I say overnight, it won't need it, but I will charge it. And then this will be up and ready to go. This should be £1,000 all day long. It's a newer registered bike. Is it 64? What year is that? Is that 14? So, you know, £1,000 on the road should be about right. 850 maybe. What it really needs, what I really should do, is put an MOT on it for peace of mind, and then it's £1,000. It's probably 850 actually, looking at some of the bits of rust and stuff that I would normally treat. It's probably 850, and it's just stuff that there's no point doing really. It sounds terrible, but like a bit of roughness there and stuff. Yeah, so we'll see. So I'll put it up for £1,000, and I'll be expecting to take 850. But I'm jumping. Let's get the ignition on. So currently, I did wire up the ignition, but I'm missing a couple of other bits. I'm missing a horn, and it won't start. So I'm using a very weak battery. So I think I've either got the proper battery down on charge already, or I'll bring up the booster pack and we'll put that on as well. So I'm going to go home and see what I've got, and let's test it properly with the right power. And we should of course have horn. I mean, remember last week I was just wiring these two together to get the power, and it was starting. So I'm not sure about the horn. So let me go get proper power so we really know what we're working with. So we're on a power pack, so we should be back on a switch. Okay, good. Still no horn. No horn. Right, do we have other power? Oh, no indicators. What the hell? No indicators. What is going on? We do have brake lights, front and back. We do have brake lights. The engine sounds good. No horn, no indicators. Probably not linked to the wiring. The wiring seems okay, but I'm gonna have to do some testing here, aren't I? Eventually I'm going to change the oil, make sure it's got good fresh oil. If these are such bad Chinese engines, it needs good oil. Well, I would like my electrics really. Idle's a bit low. I'm gonna have to lift the idle. I can smell burning. I think that's going to be the yeah, look, the rust converter on the exhaust, which is good. We need it to burn off. We've got an ignition there. That's good. Let's work out what's going on with a horn. I mean, all the wiring's a bit messy. I mean, look at the horn, for God's sakes. I bet if we give that a tap. Free it up, and then I'll check the wiring. Junk. Terrible. It's gonna need a new horn. Let me check the wiring. So after a bit of a clean and rewire, yes, we're back. Good. All right, that's one down. We had wiring, we had indicators before, so what's changed there? My guess is it's all crudded and corroded, so yeah, let's get into there and see what's going on. So I've got the right sides back, when the engine's running at least, and the left rear is on. So we've got an issue here now. And this is the issue. Now all we need in this unit here is something flashing that colour to pass an MOT, okay? This isn't working, it's not going to work. I'll try a new bulb just in case, but I think it's about the earthing. That's the rear bulb, we know it works. That's the front one. Let's have a quick look just in case. Nah, it's not gonna have it, is it? It's not going to have it. Let's chuck this in the rear and see if that works. look. So it's not the bulb, it's the housing unit. So I had to cut off both connectors and just wire up. Let's see how we're looking. Good. What are the chances? Yes, we're back. Okay. So to be a bit extra, I've put the lock mechanism on here as well. It's very quick and easy. No issue at all. Good for storing your drugs. Right. I think we're done. I think front panel can go back on, and a quick wipe and clean, and that's it. I'm not going to pretend it's something it's not. I really am not keen. I'm not keen at all. So much rust on a Peugeot. It's terrible. But it is what it is. It's a basic bike. It'll be alright for a year or two. I'm going to give it a quick run, up and down, nice and slow, get up to some speed. When I get back, mess with the idle, because that idle's very low. So I've wrapped up for today. Overall good. The truth is, it's going to be a £650 cheap special, because it's got an MOT till November. It runs and rides, runs beautifully. But for peace of mind, I'm going to sell it for the price of parts, so that someone can get a year out of it, or 2 or 3 or 4, and not worry about it. £650, no offers, done. Same for that. That's going to be £650, no offers as well, done. I'm hoping to MOT that tomorrow. That's got an MOT on it. I want that and that MOT'd tomorrow, so I probably need to hire a SIP fan to get it up there. Well, I will need to, so I'll get that done. And yeah, cool. That's it. Good day, lots done. Well worth the time and effort. With bikes that you just don't know what's been done to them, you have to aim high, but you know, sometimes you don't get there. I wouldn't be happy selling this for even £1,000. Look at the shocks. Look at the shocks. Now, they're not dangerous, they're ugly, they're not desirable. It's a cheap Chinese bike badged as a Peugeot. That's in a better state than this. Not badged as a Peugeot.